لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الله به الغمة فصلوات الله وسلامه على رسول الله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على خير خلقك وأفضل رسلك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وآل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وزوجاته أمهات المسلمين وعلى الصحابة الغر الميامين أبو بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وجميع الصحابة أجمعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، أيها الإخوة الكرام والأخوات الكريمات. Last week, the khutbah was about ethics and rulings of travel in Islam and how we intend to travel in Islam for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and follow the principles and values of Islam when we travel, with lots of details and information. And that can be very useful for those who are traveling in summertime and other times. Today we want to specifically talk about entertainments and sports in Islam in high level, inshallah ta'ala, to make it also useful for those who are spending time with their families, with their children, with their friends in entertainments and sports, and how this can be also Islamically permissible and according to the values of Islam. First of all, there are 5 ayat in the Quran. 5 ayat in the Quran al-Kareem. They talked about the entertainment or gaming or playing. The first one in Surah Al-An'am 32. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَعِبٌ وَلَهْوٌ وَلَلدَّارُ الْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لِلَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. The nature of this life is actually entertainment and relaxing. I want to call it something that you know all, comfort zone. Because people like comfort zone, like relaxation, like their routine, and their food on time, their sleep time, and watching football maybe, or playing golf, or whatever it is. They wanted that comfort zone to continue. They wanted comfort zone to continue their routine, daily benefits, that they can feed themselves physically and feel comfortable. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called it لَعِبُ وَلَهْوُ. That's comfort zone, that's the dunya, that's the life. Entertainment and enjoyment and fulfilling the desire, all these are true, good translations. وَلَلدَّارُ الْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لِلَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. And the life of next, the next life, the hereafter, الدار الآخرة. Not Yawm al-Qiyamah, the first day of the Akhirah, the day of judgment where all the judgment happen, but the whole Dar al-Akhirah, the permanent life forever in paradise, is much better, higher, than this life for those people who have piety and those people of understanding, those people of wisdom. Second ayah, Surah Al-Hadid, ayah 20. اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة. You have to be aware and careful, because indeed this worldly life is entertainment and enjoyment and attractions. Zina. Attraction comes from decorations, things that attract us through our senses, visually, or in terms of hearing as well, in terms of audio. Some people are more attracted in terms of audio, when they hear something. They hear Quran, yes, this is good things. Some people, they hear other things. And visually, you look at Quran, you look at nice things, the nature, and then some people, you look at bad things. Yeah? So that's attraction of life. The third ayah in Surah Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ayah number 36. إنما الحياة الدنيا لعب وله وإن تؤمنوا وتتقوا يؤتكم أجوركم ولا يسألكم أموالكم. Indeed, this worldly life is لعب, gaming, playing, وله, entertainment. We all say comfort zone, just to make it clear and easy. And obviously Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calling us in this ayah for iman and for taqwa, piety. That's if we want to win in the akhirah. There's another two ayat, they have mentioned, but they are not about the dunya. It's about the akhirah, about the disbelievers, the kuffar, and why they are in the hellfire, why they are in trouble in the akhirah. الَّذِينَ اتَّخَذُوا دِينَهُمْ لَهْوًا وَلَعِبًا. And Allah didn't say لَعِبًا وَلَهْوًا in this ayah. He said لَهْوًا وَلَعِبًا. So even the tertib, the order of the words, different. That they were really careless, heedless about their deen. And they were just fulfilling their desire. And the other ayah that also in comparison between dunya and akhirah, وَمَا هَذِهِ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَهْوٌ وَلَعِبٌ وَإِنَّ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةَ هِيَ الْحَيَوَانُ لَوْ كَانُوا يَعْلَمُونَ. Of course, the real life, the beauty, that full with enjoyment is the akhirah, the hereafter, not the dunya. Now, there is a great hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف وفي كل خير احرص على ما ينفعك واستعن بالله ولا تعجز وإن أصابك شيء فلا تقل لو أني فعلت كذا وكذا لكان كذا وكذا ولكن قل قدر الله وما شاء فعل فإن لو تفتح عمل الشيطان." The Prophet ﷺ said here is a very important principle in Islam. Al-Mu'min al-Qawi, the stronger believer, is much better than the weaker believer. Meaning, stronger physically, stronger mentally, psychologically, financially, emotionally, is much better. So this is actually a strategy for us, how to build ourselves and our children, our generation, to make them emotionally strong, mentally strong, confident, have self-esteem, have a clear vision about their life. Not to ask them and they are not sure about things. And physically they are strong as well, so they can stand for themselves, they have self-defense. So all these aspects are interesting in this. And he said, وَفِي كُلٍّ خَيْرٍ, and all are good, even the weak one, because they have iman. But they are not the best believers. احرص على ما ينفعك. Take care of the things that are beneficial for you. And connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask Allah always for help. And get inspiration by connecting yourself with Allah in dua and prayers. And never feel hopeless or powerless or useless. And if something touched you from the qadar, something happened out of control or you didn't plan, then do not say, if I said this or I did this, then this would happen. Because لو تفتح عمل الشيطان. If you say, oh, if I did this, then this would happen. If I said this, if I didn't do that, do not do that. Just learn and reflect from the past, but do not keep saying if and if, because this will open the door for shaitan. Shaitan will give you lots of discouragement and demotivation, and then doubt on yourself, then you become more careless, or you become doubting yourself and others. So you have to learn and move forward with full confidence. And just say, قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ وَمَا شَاءَ فَعَلَ. This is خلاص, qadar. I didn't mean it, but it happened. It was not meant or planned, but it happened. So it's qadar Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another hadith very interesting, Uqba bin Amir radiallahu anhu narrated this hadith. And he talked about everything you may do will not benefit you, or not useful for you in terms of entertainment and gaming, unless if it is horsing or shooting, the arrow shooting, etc., or if you are making entertainments and gaming with your own family, and here specifically husband, wife, plus children. Now, the meaning of this hadith, at that time, because they used to do horsing and shooting, arrowing and wrestling and all, these are the common sports at that time. If we do analogy or comparative analysis, then we can add to that our current gaming and sports, like football, basketball, rugby, all these things, golf, We can add all the games that does not cause any Islamic rules breaking, doesn't breach the rules of Islam, or doesn't harm others. Abu Darda radiallahu anhu is one of the very famous Sahaba, companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, إني لا أستجم نفسي بالشيء من اللهو غير المحرم فيكون أقوى لها على الحق. He said, sometimes I do entertainment and sports, things that are not haram, so I can refresh myself physically, mentally, and become stronger in doing the ibadah and good things. So this is very interesting, because the Prophet ﷺ said to Hanbala, ساعة وساعة, ساعة وساعة. Sometimes you are actually doing ibadah, sometimes you are doing serious work, sometimes you are relaxing as well, sometimes you do entertainment. So ساعة وساعة, you need to balance your time, the meaning of that hadith. So الترفيه, entertainment in Islam, is halal, as long as there are certain conditions are there. But it is the nature of the human. Because Allah mentioned that in the ayah, إِنَّمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا لَعِبٌ وَلَهْوٌ. So this is the nature of life. This is something naturally people love. And it is permissible. So the original ruling in Islam, it is halal. Then you will look if there is anything that may be haram or unpreferable in it. Not all sport haram and then we look at halal, no. The other way around. All the sports, all the entertainments is halal except certain things. Like for example, gambling. We know that gambling is haram. To go to casino and all these things, So we know that the haram things are very specific and counted. But everything else is halal. So that also shows how important in Islam to have sports and entertainments and strength in your body. Also, it can be ibadah if it does help you to actually do better. Because some people, when they have holiday or they have a break, or if they have, for example, this kind of entertainment, or go for sport, they come back fresh, they think actually better. They think better. All the negative energy that they have, they release it. Many positive energy stored in them. So there are also benefits in there. So this can be also, if you have good intention, is ibadah. Because as we know, the ibadah in Islam has two concepts. Specific ibadah, when you pray, you say Allahu Akbar, you have intention that you are praying Dhuhr or Asr. But also, we have the wider concept of ibadah. Everything in your life is ibadah. When you sleep with good intention, you forgive others, you sleep with the intention you want to make qiyam al-layl, you want to pray fajr, you are actually resting to wake up and do good deeds. So the sleep time becomes ibadah. Same for food, same for other things. Entertainment, same thing. If you intend, okay, you want to be closer to your wife or husband, if you want to be closer to your children, you want to actually refresh yourself, you want to be stronger and better. So all these are good intentions, and it can be also ibadah. If you look at the Islamic entertainments, you will see something interesting on it. You will see most of it outdoors, physical, etc. You don't find what is happening nowadays where people in devices and they are addicting computer games, social media and all this. And you see it is actually more physical, moving, walking, playing physically, horsing, running. So anything outdoor and physical, it is closer to the Islamic purpose of the entertainment, because it is good physically and mentally and psychologically. And it's more helpful. Anything indoor, it's more about reading books, stories, talking, chatting, rather than using devices and technologies. Traveling is very interesting in Islam, and it is very useful. It's mentioned in the Quran many times and in the Hadith, going and seeing the world and wondering about the creation of Allah and meeting other people and doing good. What are the conditions that make our entertainments halal? First, it should not harm anyone, or bullying anyone, or mock at anyone, because all these you see them in games as well, or discriminate any people. Also, it should not harm people physically. Some games actually they smash the faces, they break the faces, they break bones, they make people disabled permanently, paralyzed permanently. If you look in Google and see certain games, how many people affected, how many people killed or died or permanently injured, then you will see. It's not about insurance paying and all these kinds of things. It's not looking at saving lives, saving health, saving quality of life as well. So what's the point? Insurance paying millions of pounds and the person paralyzed in bed for the rest of the life. Also avoiding anger, arguments, swearing and bad words. The game should not be excessively spending money in terms of israf and tabdir and affecting the budget, because people sometimes addicting certain games and they keep paying, and then they end with bankruptcy, or they end actually affecting the main spending for main important things. They should not fall in any haram. And also, they should not delay the prayer because these games. They should not miss the prayers because these games. Any basic Islamic duties and responsibilities should be there. Some people, they neglect their families because actually, again, they neglect their own self. People don't even go to toilet. They harm their own body. And they are sitting not comfortable because they want to finish the game. The obsession that they have. So we have to look into all aspects to make things actually halal. Looking after ourselves and our families. We should not name people names, because people, while they are playing, they name others' names. It's haram as well. And we should not waste time, because game has to have a start and end. Specific time in the schedule, so it doesn't affect other things. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for all of us, so we can look at the Islamic principles and values while we are spending our summer holiday, spending time with our children. أقول ما تسمعون واستغفر الله لي ولكم فيا فوز المستغفرين. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وبعد. At the end of my khutbah, I would like to propose a very good idea that everyone can start doing as individual and as family as well. And take that challenge and improve your confidence on yourself and your ability in doing it. Online holiday or online break or technology break. You take your mobile phone, get a box, put it inside this box and say, today I'm not going to use the mobile phone. Today I'm not going to use any social media. Today I'm not going to go to any online gaming. Different generations, they have different obsessions. And test yourself. Because many years ago, 50 years ago, the whole world didn't have these things. And we were living fine without them. Healthier life and more peaceful life. So, if you try to do this, start with a few hours a day. Say, I want to have a break from this time to this time, and replace it with, I'm going to look after my family. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to do physical activities. I want to work in the garden. I want to walk. Do something and don't hold your technology. Just yourself without it. And look it in that box, time it, come back to it and see how you feel. Weight yourself if you lost weight. Did you lose any wisdom? Did you lose any knowledge? Did you lose anything? What happened to you? You will find that you didn't lose much. And the world is still as it is. And your house is standing, didn't move anywhere. So all these fears that you have and these ideas, you tested that it is not real and it's not true. And you go back to reality again. Same thing with family, with children, with devices at home. Do the same. We are in summer holiday. We want to use this week, no technology. See how the life. Maybe you adopt a different lifestyle which is closer to the Islamic concepts and well-being and health. Then you will have better mental health and what. We don't want to throw the devices in the hands of our children because we want them to go away from us. Because we are busy doing whatever we are doing. We don't want to actually push them away because we are not confident to give them more time, or we are not able to spend time and do our responsibilities toward them. Let's do it. It will be hard at the beginning. Start with a few hours, then extend it to a day or two. And then you can limit it to emergencies, etc. And see how things goes with you. Subhanallah. You go to social media, you open something, it opens 10 things for you. And 10 open hundreds. You want to read one in use, and then it opens 20. So it's endless way of life. But if we know we are going to live only once, and this life is a very short. One of the descriptions is like somebody sit underneath a tree, underneath the shade of a tree, and slept and woke up, and then that's it. That's the life. They're very short. What 80 years? 80 years is nothing if you compare it with the akhirah, a permanent life. So we really need to think of how we invest our life and time in doing it. Lastly, in my khutbah, I would like to wish everyone good holidays and summer holidays for those who are traveling and those who are staying to have good time with their families. I would like to invite everyone after the prayer and encourage everyone to donate for birth in your masjid in Perth, which is one of the very nice towns in Scotland. They are having a new masjid, a new building, and they need our help. So if you put your donation, your sadaqah, that is in the house of Allah. If you are contributing toward the house of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will build mansion for you in paradise, palace in paradise for you. And even if you do one single brick, not necessarily you are building the whole masjid, if you do, even the Prophet ﷺ said, مفحص قطع, it's like around one brick. So whatever you have cash, you have card, there is card machine, there are cash, there is all means of donation available for you after the prayer. So please, after the prayer, don't rush. Just spend 1 minute donating for this great cause. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم أعنا على أنفسنا بفعل الطاعات وترك المنكرات. اللهم أحينا مسلمين وتوفنا مسلمين والحقنا بالصالحين غير خزايا ولا مفتونين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم وفقنا لما تحبه وترضاه من العمل الصالح. اللهم يا ربنا ويا حبيبنا ويا مولانا اجعلنا هداة مهديين لا ضالين ولا مضلين. اللهم اهدنا واهد بنا واجعلنا سببا لمن اهتدى يا رب العالمين. اللهم يا ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد والحمد لله رب العالمين.